Bring it on.
And, my DMs are wide open. Hey, fam! What up?
Hello, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day, Pete.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Michael.
Look where I am.
I know you look like, you know what? You know where you look like? You look like you broke into a good old boy's basement.
I basically did. I'm on the main level, but I did. I figured it was fitting. You were on my last show from New York and my first show from Florida.
And this one's a special one, Michael.
It is. This is our day, Pete.
This is our special day.
Where we sanctify our love. That's not the right word. Where we establish our love, which is always established every day.
Let's not get too crazy, all right?
Hey, to all of our beautiful friends in the chat. Happy birthday, Sarah. It was her birthday yesterday.
Yay, Sarah.
Cody, my love. Leah, my love. Rhonda, another Floridian.
Oh my
Although God. I don't know if you're just making a DeSantis joke. So I don't know if we're really state buddies or not. You got to let me know. Chris, how you doing? Georgia. Oh, I get it. Ramiro, B, everybody, and this asshole. Everybody subscribe to his channel. All the stuff is below. Help him beat the shadow bans because they come down hard on him.
Dude, they're getting so fucking bad on Instagram. So right now I have 24.8 thousand followers. The last 3 days, nothing has gone above 130 likes, 140 likes out of 24.8 thousand motherfuckers on my Instagram. Yeah, so it got worse. Something happened. I literally signed up for Instagram or Meta Verified or whatever, just so I could finally talk to a fucking real human about what's going on. And they connected me with a human, but it's a Filipina. I don't know. Her name is.
I thought you straight guys liked Filipinas.
No, not well. Let's not get crazy. I'm just saying it's not someone who speaks. It's not someone with English as their first language.
But does it need to be with the Filipina?
If I want fucking customer service, yes.
Oh, she'll give you some customer service.
Oh, wow. What are you even drinking? That looks like, is that your daily Florida Monster?
Oh no,
Monster
I'm an alcoholic. So no,
right.
My amazing roommates I was like, do we have any beers? She's like, oh, I'll make you a drink. I'm like, they're just the greatest people in the world. I can't believe I'm here. Everything is just so wonderful.
Yeah, tell everybody just a quick rundown of how things are going over there.
Things are amazing. Well, I only got to be here a couple days. I was only here like 3 days, and then I had to fly out to go do Timcast because that's the thing I just said. I was on Timcast, which was awesome. Also, the 27th, I'm going to be on Luke Radowski's show in Miami.
I don't know who that is.
Well, you're terrible. But no, he was his co-host and started his own show. Anyway, so then I had to go back to New York from there, clear out my apartment, and I just got home last night and crashed as soon as I got back. But regardless, I am so happy to be here. Yeah, Leah, Mikey looks so happy to be there. His whole demeanor is different. Yeah, P, I was having like a nervous breakdown before leaving.
Can I just get a public? Here's what I want. I want a public. Peter Feliciano was right. That's what I want. I want it written down. I want a flag, maybe a statue erected to my name. I want.
What do you want?
I'm just saying I love you very much, and I'm very grateful I get to be your friend. And I have been in that position many fucking times, not just through moves, but just tripping out about shit. So now, to have been on the other side of that. I mean, 2 weeks ago, would you have thought that you were as relieved to be out of New York?
No,
right.
No, I didn't. No, God, no. You guys have no idea what all the shit this motherfucker talked me through every day, having to listen to my ass. Like, I was so nervous to come here. I'm so glad I did. It's only been a couple days, but I already feel like it's the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you. Really proud of you. Although I will have to say, Rhonda is going for the fucking jugular right now. She said erected LOL and then been in that position many times.
I like Rhonda.
Good Lord, Rhonda. This is a family show.
Oh yeah, for what family? The fucking Manson family?
The Children of the Corn.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell you guys how it's going to work tonight. We have been having people send in all of their problems. We're going to be giving out advice. If you failed to do so because you suck at life, send us a super chat. We will give you advice. We are like your no nonsense, always keeping it real ethnic besties.
Exactly. Oh, can people send in questions during the show?
Yeah, send us your super chat. They can in super chats. Send us your super chats because I spent all my moving here.
But what if they want to do it anonymously? Is the Google form still open or no?
Yes, but how? Yes, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, send.
All right.
I'll get it up on here.
Well, you
Now
don't even
Rhonda
need
is going to be like, "How I get it up?"
Oh my God. Yeah, you don't need to post it. If it comes on if the question comes in during the show.
If you guys have any questions, super chat them to us. If you want to be anonymous, the Google form link is in the thingy. Pete, tell people about that for a second because I left my vape in the bathroom. Yes, I've had a little bit of a vaping slip. I'm sorry. I was moving. I'm sorry. Talk for a second.
Oh my God. We thought that Mike had quit nicotine years ago. He's not on here, so I'll just say he quit. He still bummed fucking smokes from me like at least 4 or 5 times. At least. Okay. He's not gonna he's a very strong man. He's been without nicotine for a long time, so this is a slip for sure. But during that first year, anyway,
what did I miss?
Nothing.
Hey, Dylan. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to watch that back. What the fuck was he saying?
Oh, hi, Dylan. Hello.
So, shall we get going, Peter?
Let's
Edgar?
do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's
fix
do it.
everybody's
So
problems.
Yeah, we are, as I was, we are the blind and the bald leading the blind. What did you do today for Valentine's Day? Anything?
I worked, and then I got to chat with some people about helping them in a spiritual way. That's as clear as I want to be. But yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a good day.
I just worked. I get to do work while sitting by the pool now. How crazy is that?
All right, so are you a pool boy or what are you doing?
I'm the cabana boy. Mike's out. Can we say the N-word now? Hey, Millie, I can't believe I'm late for my hot date with Mike and Peter. Brian! Don't worry, Mike. Anything he called, you can repeat it on the stream. That doesn't mean you will let. I'm going to have to watch this shit back. By the way,
I didn't say anything bad.
Go subscribe to Brian, by the way. He is the best. He helped me prepare. He helped me prepare for Timcast. I spent 2 friggin' days in my hotel room studying Russia and Putin and all that, because that's a subject that just, not only that I don't know anything about it, but I don't care. I'm at the point where whenever I hear a foreign country, whether it's Russia, Ukraine, Israel, whatever, I tune out. I'm like, yeah. I'm just trying to pay my rent. Like, right, not that I am paying rent, but you know what I mean. Sure, whatever. So, shall we get into our first one, Peter?
Yeah, and I'm sure we have to figure out if we can pinpoint each one of these anonymous questions. I'm guaranteeing at least 5 of the 25 whatever questions we got are from the Front Porch Conservative. It's Brian sneaking.
Let's find out. All right, let's start. I'm going to need to move closer to read this shit because I am blind. Dear Mike and Peter, been having this problem for months. Hopefully you two gentlemen can slap some sense into this homo. Some context. We are in a friends with benefits situation that might not go any further. He's in his early...
Uh-oh. You froze. Hang on. Are you guys all still hearing this? Oh no. I still see the clock. All right. You know what? I'm going to read since Mike is freezing out. Some context. Mike's dying. Exactly. Some context. We are in a friends with benefits situation that might not go any further. He's in his early 30s and I'm in my early 20s. If that matters, LOL. We follow each other on Insta, but not on Twitter. Okay. I don't show my face or real name in there. Out of curiosity, I decided to check his Twitter account. Both accounts had the same username and profile picture, so it wasn't hard to find. The experience left me quite upset. Uh-oh. Hang on. Peter, you're fine. Okay. Mike is frozen. Hopefully he gets this. Maybe someone text him. I'm reading. All right. So this cat is upset about someone's Twitter account. Let's see why. I knew he leaned left, but I didn't realize just how much of a leftist he was. We are not talking about Z-Zims are valid kind of leftist. It's more of a right-wingers are ruining this country and should all die type of resentment.
My internet went out for some reason quickly. Hopefully that will change.
Look, now we have 2 mics. Well, I'm halfway through the reading.
Damn it.
All right. Well,
wait, okay, is it back? It's back. Okay, hold on. Wait, I will be right there. Vamp for a second. Sorry, technical difficulties.
You're ruining everything. Hang on, let me continue reading this. So it's okay. Type of resentment and a lot of nastiness thrown at everyone that disagrees. His whole Twitter had a huge, miserable air to it. Nothing like the loving guy that constantly showered me with affection. Okay, here we go. I don't think of myself as
Sorry about that.
That's okay, princess.
Why are there 2 of me?
Oh.
Why are there 2 of me? How do I get rid of this asshole? Who's the fake me? There we go.
Okay.
Oh my God, and the thing went away. I am so sorry. I'm glad we're getting this out of the way at the beginning of the show. Okay, let me get that one back.
I've never made any mistakes, so I can't relate, but I'll just say my heart goes out to you.
Okay, there we go.
Let me finish reading this. All right.
Okay, I'll catch up.
But you understand. Yeah, okay, here we go. I don't think of myself as a conservative, but I'm definitely not a leftist. And despite being young, I'm not naive enough to think that he'd make an exception for me because I'm special. I think he'd rather find out that I gave him AIDS than realizing he got his back blown out by a right winger, and I'm only half joking. Nice. It pains me a bit, just like it pains him. It pains me a bit to think that he might look back at our time together with disgust. We are still talking, with me pretending that I saw nothing, but kind of questioning if I should find a way out. Do you think I'm being a pussy for not being upfront about my opinions just to be with someone? Personal politics never came up as a topic, though it's technically a lie by omission, I guess. Or should I end things normally before he finds out to avoid drama and hurt feelings? I know you two have your fair share of stories about dating men or women that might go insane if they found out about at least one of your opinions. So how did you handle it? We'll definitely spend my Valentine's Day watching you guys. Ha ha. So I'm seeing you two there. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Anonymous
Homo.
top. All right. Did you catch up on the question?
I did.
Okay. Let me gather my thoughts. Why don't you go first?
All right. So first of all, there's a red flag right here at the beginning. I don't like this too much. I'm in my early 20s. He's in his early 30s. That's less bad for you. It's bad for, which I guess we're on this guy's side. So that doesn't matter. But just for me, I feel like I'm at the point where I ain't going to go below like 27. But that's the least offensive thing here. So first of all, you said friends with benefits, right? So it depends how you feel. However, to write this much, I'm sensing that he wants it to be more than friends with benefits. That's what I think. Oh, wait, let me enlarge us. There we go. I think he wants it to be more than friends with benefits. So if it's just friends with benefits, if you're just getting it on, then he don't need to know nothing. However, I think you kind of are into him, in which case you just got to be upfront. Because here's the thing. If it's either going to be an issue today or it's going to be an issue in a month or 6 months or however long. And from the way you describe him, people like that, I feel like very rarely will see people like us as human. So I would, like I said, if you're just hooking up, cool, whatever, go for it. He don't need to know anything. If you want it to be more, then you got to just go there, because it's not just politics. It's not just your opinion on different issues. It's values. It's how he'll treat you. What do you think?
Yeah, I make a strong distinction between belief and behavior, right? So like I have very strong beliefs, but I also have friendships and relationships with people who disagree with me, right? Do we conversate about those things that I know are antagonistic to the both of us? No, right? We keep that separate, right? We have relationships that are centered around, or friendships that are centered around many different topics that are non-political, that are right? And so I keep that boundary, but it is rare that I find someone emotionally mature enough to know that I am a non-liberal and yet maintain good, respectful behavior. and not have it seep out in weird ways, right? So, especially in romantic relationships, if you're building something together, I know that sounds gay, but here we go. If you're building something together, i.e., an actual relationship, not friends with benefits, then you're going to want to know that someone is on your same values, like Mike's talking about. You're going to want somebody who is on the same page, who values the same things. I have been in relationships. My last serious relationship was with somebody who was a dirtbag leftist white woman, and there were many points in our relationship where things would come up. Am I going to do this? Yeah. I'm not going to put out. I'm not going to put out her name. I'm not going to, and God bless her, blah, blah, blah. There were incredible parts about her and, still love her and blah, blah, blah. But we had to break up for many different reasons. And the main one was emotional immaturity. It wasn't that she thought differently than me. It's that her beliefs affected her values, meaning as much as I hate, like I had a relationship, or I have a friendship with a guy who used to work for the ADL. I fucking hate the ADL. And not because I hate Jews. I hate censoring fucking globalist pieces of fucking dog shit. Right. But I know that this guy at one point worked for the ADL. And so I just put that in my pocket, processed the resentment and weirdness with other people, and then continued our relationship as best we could. Now, when it came to her, I remember one time we were walking around and I just mentioned, I can't remember how, I said something about, what she's like, what's Austin like? And I'm like, imagine Portland, but with barbecue and Joe Rogan. Right. And she said, oh, don't mention that guy's name, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I didn't even say I'm pro Joe Rogan. I just mentioned a motherfucker's name. And
one
she
of the
already,
bad people.
Right. And so I'm not saying that a emotionally mature leftist is the same, but the left is not really incentivized to be emotionally mature, nor are super MAGAs, right, incentivized to be emotionally mature. They're hit on the knee with that doctor's mallet that says you get to be a stupid fucking cunt and you're a good person for being a stupid fucking cunt. And that's trained muscle memory, self-righteousness. So at a certain point, yeah, it's probably going to blow up. But I would, as other people have said in the comments, as Mike has said, and I know this is a long answer, sorry, but I'm just saying I think the best thing to do is just to be upfront about it if you want something more than friends with benefits.
Yeah, I think what you're saying, you're the, that you, because I'm the same way, that you can be friends with whoever. You're the conservatish one, though. I think that's very rare with leftists. I would love to be wrong about that because I don't give a shit who's politically what, but you guys got to watch this video on my channel about my date with a liberal. Like, I think that's how they typically are. I just signed up for Tinder the other day. Big mistake, by the way. And like I put, because I don't want to say in it here, which you can do this too, by the way, questioner. I sometimes don't want to like out and say it like in a Tinder profile or something like that. So I'll find like little code words. So I put in it, I was like, New Yorker, just moved to the free state of Florida. So one of our people will know what that means, but I think some liberal. So I matched with this guy, and the first thing he sent to me, he's like, what do you mean the free state of Florida? I was like, oh, let me break it down for you. I was like, well, I live in a fallen state that is a communist hellhole. So it's so funny, too, these people who get all pissed off. It's like, go live in New York, then. It's like you get the benefits of living here, and then you want to bitch about it. By the way, I should mention, chat is giving advice with us. Please continue doing that. So let's see what the chat has to say. Also, hi, my beloved James. Hey, Sherry. Glad to have you here. Esteban says, I would just tell the guy I would rather rip off the Band-Aid than hold on to it. Yep. Also, especially if it's going to blow up, like assuming you want more than friends with benefits, if it's going to blow up, why get more invested? I would rather have something blow up after a month than 6 months, or a year.
Right.
Be upfront because it's going to come out at some point, and more involved you get. Exactly. See, Sarah, we're on the same wavelength. The guy tells you off, then you'll know he wasn't worth it. Esteban says that's not 100% of leftists. It was in New York, at least.
Well, what someone might be listening only. What was Esteban's
Are people
comment
listening
there?
only?
Oh no, you're only a video streamer. Never mind.
No,
Okay.
they can listen if they want. That's not 100% true, Peter. I have a lot of leftist friends who look past, but I have none. I have none. Not because of me. Like, I don't give a shit what anyone's politics are.
Exactly. And so, but it goes back to my thing. It's not 100% true. Esteban's correct. The fulcrum is not. So part of the reason why we broke up is she thought, oh, it's because we have such different values. And I kept going back like, no, it's not our values that are different. It's your behavior. Now, that behavior is caused by shit fuck values in a way. Sometimes it's complicated, but I'm just saying that's the fulcrum, not the belief, but the behavior.
Alex says, hello, everyone. I have one liberal friend, but we can't talk politics because I drive her crazy with everything I bring up all the time. Esteban, Mikey trusting dating stuff. No, I don't trust them, but I'm just figuring out why not. I just moved here. Whatever.
A hole is a hole is a hole.
You're terrible. Io non canto ma scrivo, dice. There's no talking to someone who's so stuck in their ways, extreme right wing or extreme left wing or what have you. You might as well bang your head against the wall than try to talk to one of them. Completely. I concur. So yes, I think our conclusion on that, if you're just having the sex, go have the sex. Otherwise, tell them.
Bingo.
Right. All right. Shall we
down.
get to our next questioner?
Yes.
Chris, thank you so much for the super chat, my love. You are the best. Send us in your super chats. Don't poke the bear. You should listen to your. What do you think? Yes, we're best friends. She's under the bed right now.
Ugh, terrifying.
we're best friends. We talk every day.
Right.
Where was it? Cody says, I'm so looking forward to the stream, but my mom is lost in the woods right now. I hope your mom gets found.
I feel like that's a euphemism.
You're terrible. James says, my best friend's the leftist, but we pretty much have consensus. They've been friends too long to disown each other. That's sweet.
Let me also just say, Cody, I do send genuine hope of love for your mom. Sorry. Yes. I didn't mean to immediately go for the sex joke. I apologize.
All right, let's get to the next one. Straight man here. My ex moved on very quickly. We just broke up last month after a year relationship. She's on Facebook sharing things of her clubbing and with people. I broke up with her, but it's you motherfucking dirtbag. I'm sorry. No offense. These are anonymous. So this could be like, one of our dear friends. So no, like I said, we are going to keep it real. So we might, if this is somebody who we love, know that we love you. We don't love your words. I don't, at least. So let me break this down. I broke up with her and she moved on too quickly. Fuck you. Fuck you. You broke up with her. You broke up with her. I hope that bitch is living her best life. I hope she's tits up right now. You broke up with her, but you don't want her to move on. So if it stings, don't break up with her. Or if you do break up with her, you get no say in this. I am so glad she's moving on. What do you think?
All right.
He's gonna be on his side.
No. I will delineate between. I mean, look at what the dude says. It stings. He doesn't say I'm sending her a message. I'm doing it. It's not leaving his mind. Right now, you're right. If he broke up with her, fuck off. Right, I get that. But I'm saying it's not leaving his mind. So he's bringing it to us to say, how do I fucking make it sting less? Right?
Don't break up with her.
No, God, no, that is not the answer. I'm saying
then don't complain if you do.
Yes, but there's a couple of things. There are actionable items. One of them is stop following your fucking exes. Stop it. What are you dum-dums doing? I don't give a fuck if I love even motherfuckers I'm with. I don't fucking follow them. Fuck that. If she wants to tag me in some shit, fine, whatever. If I want to tag her in some shit every once in a while, fine. But I'm not following a fucking ex, bro. That's some fucking you're set it. That's like going through someone else's phone. Never a good idea.
It's like the emotional version of people who cut themselves.
Exactly. So that's number one. Number two, I understand if it's not leaving your mind, it still hurts your ego. I get that. But
That's what it is. It's ego.
It's ego. It really is. And so there are some actionable items. Number one, stop following your ex. Number two, straight girls do move on because they can, right? A girl can go out on the street and says, vagina, and people will, right? We don't have that same thing. So because we have different strengths and weaknesses, because we have different whatever, we should not be judged by the same standards, meaning don't think in your mind, oh, she's moving on. Why aren't I moving on? Why don't I have my why isn't my dick wet right now? Calm down. You're being judged by different standards. Does that make sense? So that's another helpful thing to just throw out there to your ego. And then lastly, yeah, you should be working on yourself. And if you need some time off from dating, do it. But don't expect other people to be on the same wavelength as you. That's yeah, like we've talked about, that's ego.
I think he's a piece of shit. Unless it's somebody who I don't think that other circumstances. Sorry. What does the chat say? Mikey isn't taking any shit right now. The difference between the reaction to the last message and this one. Mikey being straight up, love this. Mike is making my Italian art so proud. Hey, when you're done with someone, they get to move on as quick or as slow as they want, but it still doesn't take the sting away. Well, amen. Following exes is a recipe for disaster. Always. That is for sure. You broke up for a reason. Yes, stop following exes. You can't move forward if you're looking back. 100%. He needs to realize he ain't that special. I like that one. Leah says, yeah, you never follow former exes or friends. You can't ever move on if you're keeping certain people in your life. Once you kick a putana to the curb, you don't go back and pick her up. Yeah. Hey, burner popcorn account, my darling. I'm married, but my husband is currently gaming. He did make cheeseburgers, though. Ooh, that sounds good. I have steak here. I'm snacking. Well, I'm snacking and advising.
I'm giving these people my undivided attention.
I am too. I'm just snacking while I do it. I whatever. Remove the X's. They are called X's for a reason. Completely. Yes. But yeah, TLDR, you broke up with her. You don't get a say in it. Is my thoughts.
Yeah, and just work on yourself, because that's your job. Don't say anything. Don't text her. Don't follow her. Just leave her the fuck alone and let her leave you the fuck alone.
Delete, block, or rename the contact. All of the above. Yes, we still love you, anonymous sender, because it is somebody who watches the show. So no offense, but I got to be honest with you. All right, next one.
Do it.
Let's do it. When is the right time to sleep with someone you started dating? I've tried it both ways, waiting and not, and it seems to not work either way. Pete, I feel like this is your area of expertise.
I want to dig in a little bit here. So when is the right time to sleep with someone? You don't know what I'm going to say. I'm prolific. When is the right time to sleep with someone you started dating? I've tried it both ways, waiting and not, and it seems to not work either way. Work is the word that interests me. What do you mean work? Do we mean us moving forward? That's number one. Number two, do you mean, are you straight or are you gay? Because that changes fucking everything. Okay. I will say as a straight man, as a straight man in his 30s, I appreciate a woman who doesn't make me chase after it or hold it in such a high regard, the vagina in such a high regard that there's expectations that get built up. My last relationship, again, work, right? My last relationship was with somebody who we slept together on the first date. We had like gone and got coffee in the afternoon, like a couple of days before. Previous relationship, a woman I was with on and off long distance, but we were still in a relationship for about 2.5 years. That woman, we slept together on the first date. So everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I'm talking straight man who's not a fucking little baby. Straight man who's not fucking 19. Oh, she gave it away too quick. That's old shit. That's old shit, bro. Men, real ass men are like, thank you for not holding this over my fucking head. Now we've both come, hopefully both, but now I've come. Now I can adjust. My perception gets adjusted as soon as the nut is made the first time, and I can go, okay, I think I really do like this one, right? I think I want to invest more, right? So as far as work, if you're looking to be in a relationship, I mean, it depends on if the dude's a man or if you're a man.
Yeah, I wish I had more info. I will say second date. In the past, I would have said 3, but no, I'll tell you why. Here's the thing. At least for the gays, I don't know how you straight people work. If you do it on the first date, you're a hookup. That's all it's going to be. You're putting yourself in that box. If you wait too long, then you run the risk of it becoming kind of sexless or kind of friend zoney. So I think second date. I used to feel like third, but I've moved down to second.
But that same thing brings up an interesting point, because he or she or it or whatever is saying,
or it,
they've tried both ways. So there is no hard and fast. Hey, Rhonda, there is no hard and fast rule in that. Of course, it's going to be different for everybody. You just kind of need to, trust your gut a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Grifty, my love. Hope you're doing well. You guys got to do a show together. You would get along really well, I think, you and Grifty.
I charge a lot of money.
What does chat say? Leah says, my boyfriend and I waited several months. We took our time getting to know each other, and also because I'd been through a traumatic experience with a former guy friend for 6 years. James says, sex on the first day is definitely just a hookup. Yeah. If it happens, it happens. Shit happens. However, I feel like it's kind of a good thing to keep a little mystery, have some build up. But not too much, because then, you friend zone yourself. There's people in chat who wait for marriage feeling crap about themselves.
No. Don't.
I think that's a nice thing.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's different.
Hey, Granny Panties.
Hello, love.
Ooh, I had sex with my fiance on the first date, and we're still together for 12 years. Good for you. Really does. Yeah, I don't know that it matters all that much. I really don't. I think it might have mattered more 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I don't think it matters that much now.
Right.
I will, though, in theory, like on the first date, go home at the end of the night just to send a message of what category I'm putting myself in.
Right. Well, I mean, it sounds like this person says, when is the right time to sleep with someone you started dating? Right. So it's like,
yeah, are they using dating loosely?
If they've already had the first one, and if it is called a date, that's an important distinction. If you call it a date, which I always recommend, so that there's, for straight men especially, because women can often go, oh, that's a date. I had no idea. You've never experienced that?
No, I have. I was just staring at the chat. Sorry I'm late. I was giving my hubby his V-Day prezi, if you know what I mean.
Oh my God.
Sherry.
See, I felt bad when she was on that stream that we did, and I made a dirty joke. I will never feel bad about that again, Granny Panties. How dare you? I thought you were demure.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Verder, thank you. Mike, you were awesome on Timcast. I bet they invite you back. Really psyched you're doing something with Luke. I can't say nothing. News coming, maybe. I'm so excited. It's so weird. Since I got here, it's just like I'm getting all these opportunities and all these things and new friends. Like, it's amazing.
Doors open up.
Yeah. Oh my God, can I tell you about? Wait, so okay, never mind. We'll get there now. Who are you seeing? Anyone dating anyone? Anything to report?
Whoa. No, I've been on a whoa. No,
what the hell?
What are you doing?
The buttons are different. Sorry, go on.
Speaking of Granny, no, how do you use the phone? No, I've been taking a break for a little while. I went on some dates all in a row, like 3 or 4 people. I want to say 5 months ago, but I was just like, none of them they were all almost girls, meaning like
they have a penis.
No, meaning they were like, either I'm attracted to them and we don't ideologically align, or we ideologically align and I'm not attracted to them. Like, and this is the difference where I'm at right now. I didn't try to really fuck any of them, because it's just like at this point I feel like I don't need notches. I need, like, I'm ready for like my partner. So maybe I'm going about it the weird way. I don't know. I've been taking breaks from shit and just, I've been so busy and whatever. I'm not
No, that's
putting a
smart.
lot of effort into it.
Very strange and very unexpected. I got asked out by 2 different hot guys like the day I got here. One is a hot Marine. And get this, this is why I bring this up. Get this. They both wanted to, well, especially the Marines, like they wanted to hang out. The Marine wanted to like show me around and stuff. And it was like first, second day I got here. So I was like, oh, I'd love to, but I have to take care of some of my own stuff now. So maybe in like a week or 2.
See?
Like that's some character growth, I think.
I didn't just suck their dick right there in the
That's
restaurant.
not what I meant. I am a classy bitch. Alec! I hope so too. That's how I discovered Mike, because of Timcast. Welcome to the crazy train. So glad to have you here. Welcome to the party. Glad to have you in the squad. Luke is going to have you building a doomsday bunker and talking about conspiracies. I'm really excited. So I'm making a little Miami trip. I'm going to go on Luke's show. I'm going to see Ariel, and I'm going to hang out with Christina Pushaw. Ron DeSantis.
Nice.
Like that. Better than Ian and graphene. I still don't know what graphene is, but I love Ian. Ian is like, I told him, I was like, you are like an extraterrestrial, and I love you. Just a weird ass person in the best way.
No idea what any of you are talking about.
He's on Timcast.
Okay.
All right. What's our next one? So I heard that liberal women have sex with over 1,000 men by the time they are 30. But I've had sex thousands of times with just one man. Which is better? Also, if you need a pop-in guest, honey, I'm happy to talk about love from the perspective of a committed 28-year relationship. Go, girl. Good for you. I've had sex 1,000 times with just one man. Which is better? That's better. That's better. That's better. I feel like you're going to be all contrarian and be like, nuh-uh.
No, me? Listen, I used to be a lot more of a fucking slut. By the time you met me, I was already winding my slut years down.
Oh, and you were pretty slutty then.
How dare you, sir? No, I used to be much more like just fucking blah, 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 blah. No, I think it's better to be with somebody. I mean, obviously this is a woman, so she has different perspectives. And women guys not want like their need to or should, but guys in their bones, especially in their 20s, want to fuck every woman at least once, just to grab at least every tit once. Girls want like one solid fucking dick, like the dick, right? And so it makes sense that whatever. I will say, I've heard liberal women have sex with over 1,000 men by the time they're 30.
Buy that.
No. Certainly.
Have you seen a lot of them?
I have.
You're like, I've done a lot.
I used to be the liberal girl whisperer, man. I swear to God.
Oh, I remember.
But I have hung up my jersey. Thank fucking God. But they're more promiscuous-ish in the liberal cities for sure. But again, we talk about fulfillment, or I talk about fulfillment a lot. And women, because they want that one solid dick, it will be unfulfilling in their soul to have to be promiscuous. It just is.
By the way, parentheses. Hi, our beloved Carrie.
Hi.
2 of my favorite guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Here's my perspective. I think waiting for marriage is good for a number of reasons, but I came to this realization late in life. I think that's sweet. I wouldn't, but I think that's sweet when people say that. I think that's nice. And obviously, chat loves Carrie fucking Smith. One reason is because sex releases the bonding hormone oxytocin, and many people, especially women, end up bonding with men, falling in love with them. I will say, there is no hookup that could compare to doing it with somebody that you're really into. And like, here's the thing. A lot of people who talk about this shit, like the gay conservatives and shit, they're very self-righteous and do you see these guys, by the way? Do you guys see these guys on Twitter that they have followers for taking their clothes off? They take their clothes off. They have no shirt on. They have their junk hanging out in their pants. And then they're like very self-righteous about like, oh, it's so terrible how people sexualize themselves. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I'm not like one of these, you know. I want to be like a degenerate whore, but with one person.
There you go.
Carrie says, oh wait, she said that. Oh wait, this is what she says. Men who they maybe shouldn't bond with. That is a good point.
Right. And
Cody
and
says,
that's
oh my God, my mom is lost in the woods, but Carrie is there. Well, we hope your mom is found,
Jesus,
Cody.
why are you still listening?
Meaning some women get really into guys they wouldn't choose if not for the sex bonding.
Yes. When it comes to that, there's this so women who get in that situation, this is the difference as far as straight. It's going to get straight for a second, everybody. Hang on. But
we have our straights here. We love you,
we do.
Straights.
Straight men get the rotten end of the stick on the front end. We get fucked on the front end, girls on the back end, meaning this. Guys are constantly tap dancing, throwing out, hey, do you want to have sex? Do you want to have sex? Because we got to point it everywhere and see what opens up. Girls get the rotten end on the afterwards because they have sex and then they realize, oh shit, now I'm locked in or emotionally drawn to this guy and he's not worth shit. Right. So we both have a bad time of it in some things. Burner Popcorn says, wait, Peter is straight. This is what I'm saying. This is the problem. This is the problem with being your friend. I swear to fucking God.
That's true. That's the only reason that anyone would ever think that. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was done.
I'm snacking and chewing. I'm sorry.
See?
Talk for a second.
People are trying to find answers to their love questions. I think that one's done.
Love bombing doesn't care about orientation. Almost anyone can fall for the manipulation tactics of the person they fall in for knows what buttons to push. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the truth? Peter, just try the Peter one more time.
Listen, I got head from a few dudes back when I was like 19.
We know.
These guys don't know.
I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
have you not talked about that on here before? Oh my God.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. But yeah, it was weird. I was living in the Bay Area.
I love our show. Our show.
I didn't know. I always make that joke. I was like, I remember looking down and like, that's strange. You're not a girl.
We'll get to the transes later.
What? Now you're going off in
transes, dicks. We'll get to the transes. Ah, Leah has a straight girl crush on me. I have a straight guy crush on you. Peter, hey Josh. Peter's mentioned that on Conservatish. That's where we talked about it. Leah's boyfriend is lucky. Have you seen her dances? Holy blush. Hell yeah, Leah's boyfriend is lucky. All right, should we get to the next one?
Let's do it.
I'm in a relationship that all of my friends insist is emotionally abusive. Oh, that's a great place to start. I don't like that word. Sometimes he acts like he really cares for me deeply. Sometimes he goes cold for days, then he comes back. In those times, I feel like he doesn't want to be together with me. I don't know why he would be in a relationship with me, relatable, if he didn't want to be. But I also don't know why he would be so cold so often. At times, he's criticized my weight, looks, oh, hell no, and more. Hell no. Said he could get any other girl anytime. But other times, he's a sweetheart. I don't want to break up with him, but I'm just very confused with his hot and cold behavior. Oh, no. Can I take this one for a sec?
Go for it.
I have so much to say. It is. So they didn't say. I feel like this is a girl.
No, yeah.
Or maybe a gay guy.
Yeah.
Just say it's a girl. Oh boy, is that relatable. It feels like you just pulled this out of my head because this is the exact situation I was in. It's like looking into a mirror. I feel so bad for this person. First of all, no. My friends insist it's emotionally abusive. So first of all, because I was in a situation too where everybody in my life warned me about someone I was dating and I didn't listen and I excused it in my head. Oh, they're jealous. They're this, it's that. No, what are friends? They are people who care about you. So people who care about you are telling you this for a reason. And I don't like that word, emotionally abusive. Sweetheart, if you're having to split hairs on the definition of abuse, that should tell you everything. God, I relate to this so much. I was in this exact situation. I was dating a guy who literally outright told me, I have to try to like you. I don't like you as much as you like me. Told me that I could never match up to other guys these days. Like, I once dated this guy that I liked more than you. And he told me this at his family's house, who he invited me to go to. I was like, why am I here? And the thing is, when somebody says stuff like that, like horrible things like that to you, you would think that that would be the breakup. You'd think, I have to try to like you. I don't like you as much, so I'm breaking up with you. No. Full of shit guys like this will always give you just enough to keep you invested. They will always give just enough, the bare minimum, to keep you invested, because you feed their ego. You give them attention, whatever it is that they want. And the thing is, so here's the thing with this person, I would very much venture to guess that you have some shit going on in your life right now. That you feeling bad about this is not only like, I would be very surprised if you were to say your life is perfect other than this guy. I'm guessing that you have other things going on, because I did in that relationship. And so I think you need to change those things. Do something big. I friggin' moved to Florida. And I think those are the things you need to change. Because for me, I look back when I was in that relationship and I don't recognize myself. It's shocking that to me that I could ever be, with this person I was dating who told me those things, I said, it's easy to talk. It's easy to just say things. It's easy to say, screw you. I'm not going to be treated like that. And then go back to them 2 days later. And when I did that, it was the first time in my life that my dad ever said to me, I'm disappointed in you. He was like, I've never known you to be a doormat. And I think it's because, I had met this person when I was in a major rut. I hated being in New York. I was trapped in this city that hated me, that I didn't want to be there. The vaccine mandates, I got segregated, my dog. So there were so many other things that it was just sort of a perfect storm, I guess. But the point is, there is no such thing as hot and cold. Do you want to be with somebody who is cold to you? And you need to think more highly of yourself. You need to know and I know people say know your worth. It's one thing to say I know my worth. It's another thing to really believe it and put it in practice. And once you do, everything will change. Like for me, I came here and I feel like a different person. And I can't believe that I could have ever allowed someone to devalue me, to make me feel so bad about myself. And yeah, I'm sorry, that was long, but go on, Pete. What do you think? Dump this guy. He's a fucking scumbag, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I Googled the name. It's called intermittent reinforcement. I'll explain what this is. Intermittent reinforcement is the delivery of a reward at irregular intervals, a method that has been determined to yield the greatest effort from the subject. The subject does not receive a reward each time they perform a desired behavior or according to any regular schedule, but at seemingly random intervals. This is the way manipulators subconsciously, usually, sometimes consciously, get their fill up, get their quote unquote needs met, right? This guy has got you on a line and he sometimes tugs and sometimes, there's nothing. And tug. Instagram is doing the same fucking thing to all of us. Sometimes you get 5,000 likes and then sometimes you get 10 and then sometimes, and so we're chasing and you're chasing because of intermittent reinforcement, right? But the fulcrum between having that happen and not happen, and I know it's been bastardized by the left, I get this, but exactly like what Mike said, valuing yourself more is the solution to that. When I have been in similar or whatever situations, it's been because I don't value myself. It's because I'm down on myself. It's because I'm doubting myself. It's because I'm in a weird spot. And then someone who is built in emotional abusement, you know what I'm saying? Someone who's emotionally abusive sniffs that subconsciously and goes, gotcha. And they tug and then they release and tug and release, intermittent reinforcement. If the fulcrum between having that happen and not is you taking care of yourself, you believing that you deserve better. So yeah, ditch this motherfucker.
Yeah. And you do deserve better. You do deserve better. Even if, you don't feel that way now, ditch him and change some things in your life, and you'll feel, I promise you, you will feel differently. I promise you. The idea of me now having moved and all of this, ever allowing someone to say they have to try to like me and I can't match up, like, it would just never happen. But it did. Like, one other story from shitty relationship. You know, when you first kind of start dating someone and you like each other and you're seeing each other, but you haven't said it's a relationship. You haven't said you're exclusive yet. I found out I was exclusive in this relationship by getting cheated on. So this asshole that I was dating was like out with some guy. You know, I'm not stupid, but we hadn't said we were together. We hadn't said we're exclusive, so you're free to do what you want. I was like, I just don't want to know about it. And then, like, when I made some comment about it or something, he goes, I would never cheat on you. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. I guess we're exclusive. And then I found out later he was banging that guy. I'm like, so we teach people how they can treat us. If somebody will only treat you in a way that you allow them to, and somebody can only make you feel shitty and worthless if you stick around and allow them to. So don't.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I forgot though. My point in telling that story is that it's my fault. So, like, you know, you would think.
Let's not say fault. I don't like that fucking word.
I allowed it. The answer should have been fuck off. Because here's the thing. You know, you would think somebody gets cheated on. And it's like, I wouldn't have considered it that at the time, but it's like a lie on top of a lie. You're actively deceiving me. And so a person who thinks highly of themselves, which I think I've become now, I wasn't at the time, would have said, go fuck yourself. What did I do? I posted pictures all over social media of myself half naked in my underwear and a leather jacket. Why? To prove I could be attractive too. I'm not ugly. I'm worthy of being the only one.
Right.
And that's terrible. And that's so, how embarrassing is that? So I really think, to this person, if you look inward, you will find, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, though, that you are the problem. I was the problem in my shitty relationship because I allowed myself to be in a shitty relationship that made me feel terrible about myself.
Yeah.
So
there are concrete things that we can all do to have better relationships. And one of those things, fundamentally, is to know that we are worth it. You know?
Yeah. So please get rid of this loser. I think chat agrees with us, right?
Yes.
Dead on. True. I'm so proud of you. I'm loving the Florida you. One time I was seeing a guy who said to my face, I have a wandering eye and there are other girls in my socials. The audacity. Cut him off immediately and don't regret it. See, we need to be like her. We all need to be like her. I think I am now.
Good.
You always are.
Oh, it's a good thing. Okay, yes, I am.
Oh my god, quick, someone cheat on Mike again so you get more sexy. But you guys are hilarious. All right, let me talk for a sec. I got to bring up the next one.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got.
Making your way. What song was that? That
Wouldn't
was a show.
you like to get away?
Why do I know the words? What is it?
Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Boom, 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 boom. You still don't have it up? My God. We got to go through these quicker. There's 20 of them.
Why are all the good-looking guys gay? I don't think they are.
Nigga, conservatishpodcast@gmail.com. How about that? How about
Hit him up.
that?
Hit him up.
Although I have decided I am not going to be fucking anybody who isn't in Texas, for the most part.
That's smart.
I know that seems rudimentary, but for me, that's growth.
I don't think they are. So here's the thing: they might be good looking, but there's nothing going on inside. There ain't nothing going on but behind the eyes. All right, let me pull up the next one. Which one was that? I should have numbered them to make it easier. All right, we got a long one here. Living for Peter singing the Cheers theme. Where? Show me those attractive gay guys, right? Or if they're attractive, they're horrible. All right, we got a long one. This is a good one. This is a good one. As ridiculous as it sounds, I'm a single guy who is interested in a single girl who happens to be a YouTuber streamer. Someone you would both know and Mike has possibly streamed with before. We'll get to that. Based on the stuff she has publicly said online, we are the same age, same strong religious beliefs, same political ideology, same cultural values, even the same food, diet, fitness outlook, and preferences. She also was forced by a fellow streamer to do that ridiculous female delusion calculator test of what is that a thing? I want to take that. Of what she's looking for in a guy and the likelihood of her finding it. She got around 3% chance of finding the guy, but I fit every criteria she had for every category and doesn't even take into account the similarities mentioned above. Normally, I wouldn't think much about it and just write it off as a parasocial stupidity on my part, especially because she has her DMs closed to anyone she's not a mutual with, and rightly so, having already dealt with having to get authorities involved in a creeper-induced trauma from being internet famous. But I know she lives in relatively the same area as me. Not super close, but close enough to not technically be a long-distance relationship if something were to happen. And I am friends with someone who's a mutual friend of hers, got the chance to meet the girl in person. Oh, you've met in person once through the mutual friend, but only ever get to talk to her in a group setting. All I'm looking for is the chance to hang out with her one-on-one. I know we are compatible on paper. I just want to see if we can vibe together as well. But I can't seem to find my in because the mutual friend always tries to dodge the topic when I bring up her playing matchmaker for me with the girl. Put a star on that. We got to come back to that point. I've tried to mentally move on. I'm not on most social media, but for the ones I am on, I have her accounts blocked and any mentions of her muted, hoping that out of sight, out of mind would take effect. But the tismy part of my own brain just can't let the idea go. It's like a math problem that my subconscious knows there's a solution for, so it won't stop running over the scenarios until it finds it. Any advice on how to get my in to set up the vibe check would be appreciated. Yes, I'm your in. Hit me up. Let's make this happen. I don't think you're feeling very good about this, but first of all, let me just say, I read this a couple days ago when it came in. I have been spending every moment thinking, who the hell is it that he's talking about? Someone I streamed with.
Well, he said possible.
Yeah, possible. Like, say yes or no. Possibly. This is what I was thinking. I think I might have an idea who it is, but I could be wrong. So it says someone religious. It says religious belief, so it must be someone religious. Single. So it's not Carrie. It's not Chrissy. I think I might know who it is. But I could be wrong. Well, you're not feeling very good about this.
I think y'all are getting distracted. As a straight man,
I think
my brother in Christ. Ven acá, mira. Okay, listen. You said it yourself, sir, that you have religious beliefs, strong religious beliefs. If you have a God, act like it. Okay, and this is not necessarily only to you. This is to a lot of us right now, because a lot of us are like, yeah, I believe in God. Why is everything going crazy? Everything's gonna ruin. Oh my God! It's like, bitch, act like it. That's number one. So what that would look like in relationships, because I have had to practice bringing God into the aspects of my thinking and world that I wouldn't necessarily bring my trust into. But this sounds like, from this long fucking diatribe, and I love you, but this is a diatribe. This sounds like you need some trust in God in your sex life, right? Dating life.
Love life, not sex life.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm goddamn
They're different
saying.
things.
You know what I'm fucking.
Different things. God
damn it! I didn't mean it. Just shut the fuck up. Listen to my goddamn.
I love you
very much. Yes,
I love you very much. No disrespect.
So, of course. So my sir, listen. I'm bringing it to God, especially because, as a guy who's been in this world, and you understand, as a man, you put out, like I said, you put out the feelers. And then when that door is closed, sometimes that might be a sign from God that the door is fucking closed. Right now, I'm not saying it wouldn't, hey, try, okay, whatever. But it sounds like you've already fucking met this person and tried to talk to them, and then hopefully, like, you've already worked out in your mind. This is what I call obsession. Okay, obsession is not God, meaning, if I trusted God with my love life, I wouldn't then zero in on one motherfucker. And then when the door doesn't open, figure out different ways to open that door. God has already told you the answer. And if you're meant to be with the bitch, he will open the fucking door. But if the door is closed, that means, okay, I can use her as an ideal. I can, all those check things, right? Checkbox, blah, 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 blah. Oh, she fits this and she fits this. That is now your sexual ideal, relationship ideal. This is who I want to look for to emulate in my future relationship. But to focus it on that one person is also lacking trust in God, because this is you saying and you believing in your mind that this is the only bitch. Are you fucking out of your fucking mind? You know how many women are religious and interested in the same things? There's a lot of fucking girls, right? To get zeroed in and obsessed about one is a lack of trust in God with your love life, and it is not going to help you emotionally, mentally. You need to take care of yourself and bring in that trust in God, and then use her as an ideal when you go out and you're like, does this chick check those boxes? 90%. Okay, yeah, let's go on a date. 20%. Okay, let's not. Right? And I'm speaking from experience because I know this fucking world very well. Especially the straight mind. I'm saying bring value, as we've already talked about. If I valued myself, would I think that there's only one person who could ever fit this box, Papa? No, that is bullshit. That is a lack of trust in God. And that is personally, I think, a lack of self-value. That's a lack of self-worth. So anyway, that's my first 2 cents on it.
That's true. But I'm a little hopeful in general that I'm like, you never know.
Yeah,
First of all,
hopeful. I love you very much, but you're also fucking soap opera. This is gossip. This is like, oh, and then I can make Cinderella happen.
Well, okay. So first of all, I'm gonna say, Burner. I think I could be wrong. I think, does her name start with an M? So I will say, here's the thing. We don't know who this is. It could be a total creeper, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's the man of her dreams. So I will just say, DM me. If I can set it up, I'm going to try to set it up. However, let me be your in. However, Peter is right. The fact that you have her blocked because you can't look at her, that's a bit of a red flag to me, I think. And the fact that your friend dances around the topic, that to me sounds like maybe they know that it wouldn't work or something like that. So yeah, I agree with Pete. I think it's kind of like what I said to the last person. I think it might be something within you that you need to consider. And that's kind of what Peter said too. Shoot your shot though. Shoot your shot. At least then, I'm all about shoot your shot. Ramiro said M. I think we might be thinking the same girl. I think so. Because I'm trying to think who else is religious but single.
But don't out the nigga. Fucking let him.
I'm not. I didn't say shit. But because I could be wrong.
But be nice, boys and girls. Don't. If it ever is going to happen, which I don't think he should ever.
But we don't know
try.
Who it is.
I know, but I'm just.
I think you should try.
Okay, fine.
But
even if that's the case, I'm saying trying to figure it out right now, live on fucking tape, is not the answer, because it's not going to help his chances, even if that's
no. That's true. That's true. If you're watching this, DM me. We got to talk. Yeah, I will say this: shoot your shot, but do it in a way like, whatever. Like, you don't need this. You don't even know each other. You don't need this girl. Who knows? She could be terrible. I dated somebody who we met because he was following me, and I felt like I always had to be giving a performance. I felt like he only liked me when I was entertaining. He didn't like me so much when I was just boring, when I was, in pajamas or sick or whatever. So it could be the same with you. You think, don't forget, when people are on a stream or a video, they are putting on a bit of airs. They're not always going to be that way in real life. So who knows if you would even like each other in real life. However, I will say, shoot your shot, but be done with it. And like Pete said, see what, maybe this was just so you could see what qualities you would like in someone else.
Right. And I think too many guys, straight guys, and girls have their own versions of obsession, but we get wrapped around the axle in our minds about it's going to be this one. That's not healthy for the guy. Obviously, it's not healthy for the chick he's obsessing about because that's creepy stalker shit. I'm not saying it's reached that level, but it fucking feels like it. But
I
it's
hope
not helpful.
not. I hope it's
not
not.
emotionally, mentally healthy for the guy who's obsessing. And it's a sign of something bigger that's not right. That's all I'm saying.
The straight male urge to have a parasocial relationship with the people he's love. M is for MikeyHarlow. Yeah, it's me. It's me.
God, I'm right about everything.
Wait, James said, Peter, can you hook up with my large friend who was with me at Chrissy's show in Austin last fall? She lives in Round Rock. She's liberal, though, and trans. Bitch, you hit the fucking trifecta. Fat, liberal, trans? No, thank you. I'm saying no on his behalf. As his representative, as his agent, no. We love you, James, so much. And I'm sure your friend's a lovely person, but absolutely not. Because you know why? He knows his fucking worth. And you know what? I know his worth too. Not that, you know, I'm sure trans fatty is trans fats. It's trans fats. He wants you to date trans fats. I'm sure trans fat is a lovely person.
Thanks for the joke, James. Thanks for
the
joke, James. But no, I don't.
Thank you, but no.
No.
All right, Snafu said, "Why can't you can always make jokes? Please."
Who said you couldn't make jokes?
Yeah, I think that's who it is. I don't know who else it could be. I'm trying to think. Can't be anyone I've had on the show because nobody fits.
Listen, boys, straight boys, if you're listening, there's always someone hotter. Stop. Okay, stop obsessing. It's not healthy, and you're creeping bitches out. Knock it off.
I agree. All right, shall we get to the next one?
Yes.
What number was that? 61. Okay. Sorry, I had them all nice and pulled up, and StreamYard deleted them. Yes, stop simping.
Thank you, baby.
I agree. I agree. I would say stop simping, but shoot your shot. Because why the hell not? And then you know. But if your shot does not go well, move the fuck on.
And how does one stop simping? How does one stop simping? Let's break it down for the fucking straight man who's watching. Yes, self-worth and getting your. And I know you're religious, blah blah blah. The religious equivalent then of getting your dick wet, nigga. Fucking getting interested or going on dates or asking women out in other places will make you less obsessive about one. I'm just saying.
I looked through the girls that Mike has streamed with that start with the letter M, and unless you mean Mike's mom, then she is taken, first of all. No, it's somebody, if the person I'm thinking of is somebody that I don't even think I've been on a show with her, but she's part of people that I've been on shows with, and I've met her in person. Yeah. All right, next one.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like being an alt gay in the gay dating scene? Oh boy, it is miserable. Miserable.
I'm gonna go piss. You keep talking.
Go piss. It is miserable because the gay people are all about conformity. And, you know, this has really been like my biggest struggle, not just in terms of like how I dress or look or whatever, but just I feel like I have a bit of an alt personality. You know, I'm not exactly like these bitches at like gay bars and shit. And that's really been a struggle. And back when I was probably in my like early 20s or something, you know, I had like colorful hair and shit and would dress weird. And there was a brief moment where I was like, I wonder if I dressed differently. I just tried to like dress boring and normal if I would get a better reaction from people. No, I didn't at all, because you're still the same person. So fuck that. You know, you don't have to approve. Yeah, exactly, Esteban. Being the alt gay is like being an outcast. But be an outcast. That's the thing. All of our friends here, our whole squad, by the way, join my locals if you haven't, and join our Discord squad because we are a fun group. We are the outcast table. I don't want someone who's just normal and ordinary and boring. And that's the thing. Anytime that I've tried to date somebody who is that, it doesn't go well. Oh, hey.
I'm crashing their clan party.
Greg is clashing. Come here. Come sit, bitch.
Give me 5 minutes. I just got to fill my kiln now. I'm going to do it.
What do you have to do?
I'm doing a glaze firing in my kiln.
This bitch is like a pottery master. Everybody, my roommate Greg, he has been on our show before. He was one of the first podcasts I ever went on back in the day. I oscillate between being proud of being weird and wanting to be normal. No, you don't want to be normal. Don't be fucking normal. That's terrible. We are all artistic alt outcasts here. Hell yeah, we are. I've never had luck meeting gays IRL. It's very much constant judgment. Yeah, I'm very homophobic. I don't like most gay people. You know what's annoying too? Sorry, people. We'll skip over the gay shit in a second. However, the thing is, I don't dislike. I feel like it's a big thing that a lot of people talk about how they dislike the very super feminine gay guys or the very gay guys. And for me, I don't dislike them because of them being what's considered feminine. I dislike it because it's disingenuous. When they speak in that voice, when they have all the same interests as everybody else and listen to the T, they listen to the same music as everyone else. They have all the same opinions as everyone else. I don't like it because it's fake, because it's an act. I once dated this guy who, you know, around people would put on the whole gay act. He's snapping his fingers. He's talking. Can you guys still see me?
Mm-hmm.
My screen shut off.
I don't know what.
Here it is. Sorry. I have two screens and one shut off. He's snapping his finger, all that. And then when we're alone, his voice drops an octave and he's totally normal. So, yeah, I just don't like that because it's fake. It's an act. It's phony. All right, Pete, we'll go to the next one. Also, by the way, I'm so proud that I've never seen an episode of RuPaul. I can't. It just looks miserable. Ooh, wait, we have some interesting chats here. Oh, by the way, as I was saying, though, send us your super chats. Help support the channel. Now that I'm here and out of that hellhole, I'll be doing like regular shows. Right? Yes, the voice. The voice. Gay voice is an epidemic. Oh, what I wanted to say, though. Oh, my God, my screen shut off again. What I wanted to say, though, there are also people who do the reverse of that, which I guess is kind of a backlash, but like they make a big showing of how not gay they are and stuff. And that's equally insufferable because it's also phony. Okay, I got my screen up. Sorry.
It's all right, Grandma.
Is it fake or are they personality-less? Yeah, it's fake because they are personality-less. I'm with you 100%. Yeah, it's so insufferable. I've been around these guys who it's like they'll make a big showing of how so not gay they are. No one would ever think I'm gay. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Christy, hey, Florida treating me amazingly. I love my friends that I'm living here with. It's so great. All right, let's get to the next one. I've seen a lot of people get offended that someone over the age of 21 doesn't want to drink. I'm not even against someone drinking every now and then. Is it possible to meet someone who doesn't drink regularly? Where would you meet them? Certainly not at a bar. I feel like this is a good question for you, dude.
Yeah. So I'm 22 years. I just turned 22 years sober last Thursday.
Woo!
You know, hey, very
Good
grateful.
for you.
And I got sober at 15, so I've never had a legal drink.
How crazy is that?
And you know, yeah, sometimes it definitely cuts things down as far as, you know, energy, meaning I still go to bars. I mean, I'm a singer-songwriter primarily, so I'll go sing at bars and stuff and have people like want to buy me drinks, and I'll say, yeah, give me a fucking Diet Coke or whatever. But you know, but at the same time, energetically, it's different because we're on different wavelengths. Like I'm the only one who's present. Everybody else are, you know, the women are like, oh, what did you think? You're so good at singing. I'm like, thanks, your breath stinks. But I'll, you know, so it's difficult. At the same time, this person's question is, I'm not even against someone drinking now and then. Is it possible to meet someone who doesn't drink regularly? Yeah, I would say there are lots of different places. It depends on, I mean, shit, there's a lot of, obviously if this person's gay, it might be different, but like, you know, coffee shops. I mean, you got asked out recently, right? Where was that? Where was that at? Was that at a bar?
Which one, me?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry. My screen keeps shutting off and I don't know how to change it. It was somebody I met at a coffee shop.
See?
Started talking.
Coffee shop, work events, blah blah
It's
blah.
better to meet someone in real life.
Yeah, in real life. But I just think, yeah, there are a lot of different. It's frustrating in certain ways, but yeah, there are lots of different places. You just have to figure out what do you like, who might be interested in that same interest, and then go be around people who are interested in that same interest.
Chat is very supportive of you. Congrats, Peter. We have a bunch of people here who don't drink. I rarely, if ever, drink. Yeah, I don't drink a whole lot. And when I do, I drink, you know, I'm a cheap drunk. I drink like 2 drinks and I'm out of my mind. Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat. Sniffles is the best place to meet gays, I hear. What is that?
I don't know what the fuck that is. Sniffies?
Sniffies? What
Sounds
is that?
like somewhere where they sell cocaine.
It's probably something gross. It sounds gross. All right, let me bring up the next one. 62. Send us your super chats, by the way, if you feel so inclined. Oh, hey, Burner's also a non-drinker. There are a lot of them. Here's the thing. If somebody is like a drunk, you don't want to, you know, or just like clubbing all the time. I don't know. It's the gayer grind. There's a gayer grinder. Straight set.
Straight sex, he means.
Oh, I thought he meant straight, like straight
No.
sex. Sober circle. As I... By the way, sorry, parentheses. I'm aware I look like a damn cockatoo, but I got my hair cut too short.
Yeah, we were all thinking it.
Shut up, Peter.
Sniffy sounds like a Biden play.
What is that? It's an app?
Apparently. No, Biden's dating app is Gymboree. Get it? Because he's a pedophile.
All right, 62. What's the next one? All right. Why are all the conservative trans men gay? Thoughts on dating trans people? Peter Edgar.
You got to be into what you're into. And if you're into that, God bless you. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a wide question. Thoughts on dating trans people.
Not for me.
I think female sexuality is much more fluid than male sexuality.
Yes.
You know, but when you find out you're into something, fine, whatever. As far as why are all the conservative trans men gay? You mean,
are they?
Does he mean gay as in like, oh, it's fucking gay, rather than like, you know what I mean?
No, that would be GHEY.
That's the way I've been spelling it. But why are all the conservative trans men? Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It means they're trans men.
Oh, they're into men, maybe?
Yeah. I will say, so this was like a big topic maybe a month or two ago that people were like, or even recently I saw a lot of people being like, if there's like a man and a transgender woman, they're like, the man is gay. That's gay. That's gay. I feel like it's basically a separate sexual orientation.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I have friends who are trans that sometimes I think feel insecure about that and think nobody's going to like me and shit. Let me tell you, there are a lot of people into that. There are a lot out there. So I feel like it's basically a separate sexual orientation. Like if you think of Blair's boyfriend, Joey, like he doesn't date men, but he likes her. So I feel like it's not gay. It's not straight. It is what it is.
Right. Yeah. I can, that seems right.
Yeah. So I wouldn't, because I am a homosexual and not of whatever you might call that other sexuality. All right, let me pull up our next one. We have 5 left. And parentheses, send in your super chats if you have any questions, stories, problems, anything.
We've already been going an hour and 20 minutes. See how nice I am to you?
You are the greatest. What's your go-to method of approaching someone you want to date? I normally just use dating apps, but I haven't had much success with those because they're horrible. I want to meet my future wife in the real world, but I struggle with approaching people due to social anxiety. Aw, that's cute.
So look up a book called Models.
What's that?
It's really helpful for straight men. It's a book essentially that it doesn't talk so much. Well, I won't spoil it for you, sir. But it talks essentially. It talks essentially. It's kind of in the genre of asking out women or talking to women, but it's holistic in that it talks about why the social anxiety exists, how to overcome it in incremental ways, that, what are the benefits of it? What talks about neediness and why that is for straight men, the root of a lot of our issues. Right. I, again, as we've talked about on this show and others, in person is really the way to go. You catch somebody's energy right away. You're not dealing with all the fucking bullshit that the apps have. But if you have that social anxiety, I think be careful not to use your labels as immovable, right? When I label myself as, I have social anxiety, that in a way couches it under, this is just a fact, like my baldness, this is just a fact of who I am. What are you doing to counteract that? What are you doing to heal from that? Because there's a reason for the social anxiety, and usually it has to deal with the little kid stuff. It has to do with trauma. It has to do with abuse or a million different reasons. But there are active steps that you can do to, again, as we've already talked about, value yourself so that social anxiety dissipates, right? And then obviously, yes, there are things that you can do out here, superficial things, to act as if you don't have that social anxiety, and those are helpful. But unless you fix that other thing, the rest of it will be, for the most part, you will, because I've been in this situation before, you will feel like you lucked into dating. You will feel like you lucked into a relationship, or it was a happenstance, it was a fluke, because on the fundamental tip, you haven't worked on your healing work, so that even when a good woman or a pussy or whatever you're looking for does come along, you feel like you don't deserve it. So fix that first. Work on that first. I'm not saying don't ask out girls in the interim. There are things that you can do, again, surface level to counterbalance that. But unless you fix that social anxiety, ain't nothing else gonna really stick.
Boom, truth bomb. Yeah, what's your go-to method of approaching? My life motto is JFDI. Just fucking do it. You have time to feel socially anxious after. Just do it. Just, if you're talking some of these dating apps suck. I'm not opposed to have them. Sure, you never know, but it is what it is. You just need a segue in. I am freakishly good at just approaching people. So you just need a segue. Find your segue, whatever it might be. I one time accidentally spilled a drink on a dude. So I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. And then we went out afterwards. So just find your segue. Just do it. Yeah, like Peter said, work on yourself also. But in the interim, just do it. Because not shooting your shot feels worse than shooting it and missing, I think.
Can you bring up Chris's thing here? I am just socially awkward no matter what I do or don't do. So nothing really matters, and there's 0 point in seeking external validation. Well, I think you exposed a little bit of truth there in seeking external validation. I'm not saying that Chris is the person who asked this question. I'm just saying, if this is what you're saying, Chris, in relation to this question, I think that is telling, right? If I'm seeking external validation by getting notches on my belt, ain't nothing going fucking, no matter how many vaginas I stick myself into, it's not going to fill the void, because again, I'm coming from it seeking external validation. Boys and girls, why does one seek external validation? Because they don't feel valid. If they get deeper and fix the feeling of not being valid, that fixes everything else. Go deeper. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Literally. Hey, come sit. Greg is here. Oh, you got a chair.
You guys still being racist?
Wait, can I take off the headphones?
I don't have.
Can you hear if I take off the headphones?
No, because I don't have speakers.
Then how the fuck are you gonna hear?
Flip the one headphone over.
Okay. Everybody say hi to Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Hi. Oh God, that guy.
I
Didn't
know.
know Roberto Clemente was on here.
I don't even
I
know
don't
who
know
the
who
fuck
that
that
is.
is, but he sounds like a
Puerto Rican.
very handsome individual. Look,
Everybody.
it's the nega Peter Feliciano.
Burner says hi, Greg. Millie says hi, Greg. You guys, this is my hero. You have no idea. Like, oh my God. He took me in when I had nowhere to go. Him and his beautiful family at his beautiful house. And I'm here. So thank you so much. I love
You're
you.
welcome.
Greatest friend in the world.
I said no
As are
gays
you.
in this house. See what happens.
What do you think about
how many blowjobs has he given you, Greg? In thanks? 3? Wow.
Shut the fuck
30. 300.
up. Terrible. His wife would be very mad at you. What do you think
Actually,
about
it's giving her a break. So.
Oh my God.
Attaboy.
His daughter, by the way, is like my new bestie. We talk about musicals and she is amazing.
Not Rent, I hope.
That's the one nice thing about having a gay guy in your house. They can talk musicals with your daughter.
Yes.
He said that we all went out the other night. He was like, let's see who takes longer to get ready, a teenage girl or a gay guy. Turns out the answer is the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Yep. Seems about right.
So, Greg, what are your thoughts on this? What's your go-to method of approaching someone you want to date? I normally just use dating apps, but haven't had much success. Social anxiety.
Yeah, so dating apps, I've actually had a lot of horrible experiences with dating apps, but I have also met my wife through a dating app.
That's right.
Yeah. This was pre-dating apps. This was like Yahoo Personals days.
Oh.
And like Match.com when it was owned by AOL. So you can meet somebody, but you have to know that you're both looking for a relationship, because a lot of people are using these apps and being fake and not really looking for a relationship. They're just looking for a hookup. They're just looking for that person to hang out with them in that week of loneliness, and then they're good and they're willing to move on. So yeah, it's tough. Like having social anxiety, I definitely get that. I've had a lot of those issues too. Biggest thing is I always tell people you got to be confident enough in yourself to fail. Like you're going to fail a million times. Be confident enough to fail. Go be willing to screw up. Laugh at yourself. Mm-hmm. If you laugh at yourself and if people are ragging on you or making fun of you, laugh about it. Man, it completely disarms the situation and it helps build up your confidence. Easier said than done. It's going to take a lot of work. Give yourself a step each day. Like just do something. Like I'm going to do this one little step and each day just build on that. It's not going to be just like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to be able to go out to the bar and meet somebody and chat with them. It ain't going to be that easy. You just go out there and make a funny quip or something, or find like obviously I've been married for 16 years, but like I find it easy to talk to people at bars just because I just kind of crack a joke in the middle of a conversation or just kind of join in, and you'll pick up right away if they don't want you in there, and you just like, oh, sorry, and back out.
I'm glad we have someone not single here.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, I have to really work on liking Mikey.
Yeah.
I just got that.
It's gotta be torture. I mean, I don't know how, but my no, never mind. The joke went away.
You just have to try. Just try to like me.
Just try. Dude, you're gonna fail a million times. It's gonna happen. Just be willing to fail.
Burner wants to know if you're on YouTube. You used to have a podcast. You need to have it again.
I used to have a podcast called Three Creator Symposium. That's no longer around.
It should be. It was one of the first ones I was ever on.
I did that for 2.5, 3 years. Met a lot of cool folks. Met a lot of fake folks. Met a lot of gay folks. I'm looking at getting back on, but I do want to have some videos with Mikey where I want to teach him man things. So it'll be like the the videos of Mikey becomes a man, like Mikey learns how to change his brakes on his car.
Yes.
Mikey learns how to build a table. Mikey learns how to do plumbing.
You teach you how to drive.
Yes, I have to teach Mikey how to drive. So he
Shut
can
up,
get his
Peter.
license,
I see your
so
face.
Mikey learns how to drive.
Florida
I
Man
think those would be
series.
funny. Yes, definitely.
Sherry says, Greg, you rock.
Well, thank you.
You do.
Granny panties.
That's how Greg would give the best hug.
Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember the scene in the kitchen during the birdcage when Hank Azaria drops it? It's the shrimp. It's like, oh my god! That's what I anticipate. This is going
You're
to be
such
like.
an asshole.
I am turning the screw. Stop, Greg.
it's gonna be exactly like that.
You're such an asshole.
I'm gonna try to do the drill instructor thing.
Wait, righty is tighty, or
You're such an asshole. I'm bringing up the next question, you bitches. What was that? 65. Okay. 60. All right. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do those. Mike learns to pick up women. Please, after my last relationship, I'd rather pick up women. Right.
Well, it still might be a man though, so you never know.
Well, you can't assume
You
nowadays.
just picking up a guy with extra steps now.
Seems there's a growing movement of gay guys who want a better avenue than Grindr to find love. Gay bars can also feel dingy and full of mean identity politics people. How do you see gay men trying to meet each other in an increasingly depraved and hostile world? Yes, Peter, Greg, how do you see?
Yeah, Mike, I mean, you're an expert on this. You have a great track record.
Asshole. Grindr. So I got very mixed reception on that. I said this on Twitter the other day that I was like, Grindr is, and people think I'm being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm dead serious. Grindr is literally the worst thing to happen to gay people since AIDS. That's no judgment. I've been on there. It's no judgment against people who are on there. The problem is everyone else is on there. And people say like, oh, well, there's Tinder. It's the same thing for straight people. No. It is not the same thing because Tinder, whatever, but you at least have to speak to a person. You at least have to know their name. On Grindr, you can literally just press a button that sends them your location, press a button that sends them every orifice of your body, and there's always somebody hotter, and there's always somebody closer to you, and it's like every single person has access to thousands of people in their pocket. So why ever take 2 seconds to get to know somebody? I think it's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing.
You need to, I mean, this goes for straight guys as well. Stop sleeping with somebody on the first date.
We talked about this before.
5 dates.
5?
Jesus
I said
Christ.
2. 5.
Greg, no,
Well, maybe
sir.
5 is too much.
Turn back.
But at least 2 dates. Come on.
2.
I'll go with the 2. Like you need to have time together, like actually talk to us, get to know them. Sometimes it's better to have like the upfront conversation, like, hey, I'm looking for a real relationship. Here are the things that like I'm into. And, these are like one of the biggest things I tell people, because a lot of people are really in like they want to be in a relationship really bad. I get it 100%. I've been there. But you will convince yourself, because you want to be in a relationship, you will convince yourself to look past all the red flags to keep that relationship going. And you will put yourself into some very toxic situations.
Just point at me next time.
But yeah, I mean, it's you need it. It's really about building up that confidence. It's about finding the right person and being willing to say no. I mean, you can part on good way to say, hey, you seem cool enough, but I don't see a relationship. And if that means we can't be friends, fine. Like, no disrespect, but you gotta be willing to, draw that line. Ultimately, it's about you. You're trying to find a relationship for you. And when you're trying to find a relationship for you, if that relationship works for you, it should work for the other person. Because if it's not, then it's not the relationship for you. If that makes sense.
This is so true. Red flags just like look like flags through rose-colored glasses. That is very true. Mikey has Florida true. Amazingly, I'm going to stay with this asshole. Yeah, I just think it's terrible. Don't I'm not saying don't be on there, but like don't settle for that. I think it's like, if you think about how just social media, just Instagram, TikTok and stuff has rewired the average person's brain, Grindr has rewired our brains, hearts, bodies, souls. It's terrible. And nobody takes 2 seconds to question it and think maybe this is not normal. Maybe there has never been another time in human history. It shouldn't be that easy. Like, even if you're the biggest whore in Macy's window in the past, you at least had to go out and speak to a person.
Or, you know, wear the right colored handkerchief on the right side of the pocket.
All right, let me bring up the next one. Only have a few left. All right, this person wanted to shout at us. No, but I have an answer. If someone is causing you to second guess or doubt yourself, dump them immediately. They are toxic, and I guarantee everything they are saying is really about themselves. When you have to build yourself up by tearing others down, they have reached the pathetic, selfish, narcissist stage and are beyond help from you or me. They need a professional. Do not believe them. Do not feel sorry for them, and do not try to help them unless it is to give them a professional's card and tell them to seek help. We need this guy as like our motivational coach.
Did I write this?
We should surround ourselves with people who build us up to speak. I would rather surround myself with 10 great friends than a half-assed lover who is condescending, arrogant, and self-righteous, and a self-righteous jackwagon with a puny penis. Because truth be told, even if it is huge, they don't know how to use to please another person. You can bet on it. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you and to myself, because I am my most important friend. Self-love comes first. You tell him, Mr. Sister.
I think we came in like midway through that conversation, but yes.
Yeah,
it sounds like
the group chat.
Yeah, good Lord. But yeah, okay. Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I would just add, sometimes it's you, not singling the person out for this, but sometimes you're the one and you don't realize it. And surrounding yourself with friends that are good enough friends that are willing to call you out on your bullshit, that's the people you need as friends. And
that's so true. Like you guys.
Yeah.
I don't get paid enough to be my friend.
Shut the fuck up. You just have to try to like me.
I know. It was that one good lasagna 2.5 years ago.
It was a good ass lasagna. Do you want to hear the most horrible thing ever, by the way?
Please.
I love him. However, him and his wife are both on a diet where they don't eat pasta.
I get that. I understand.
We're on keto.
I understand.
It's
so,
very
well,
depressing.
you cooked
I've
me a
lost
steak
70
once.
pounds so far, though.
They
So
cooked me a steak.
I no longer have gigantic titties. My penis does appear bigger now because I can see it. So that's nice.
All right, let me bring up the next one. How do you stop being so attached to someone if you know they aren't good for you and don't appreciate you, but you feel drawn to them? Again, just tag me next time.
Right. The solution, the fulcrum, as we talked about with that other person, is you. It's you, you know. If you take care of yourself, if you're meditating, if you're praying, if you're self-caring, if you're doing all the stuff you need to do towards your purpose, towards your dreams, you won't get distracted by the idea of something shiny or a dick or a vagina that's shiny, asshole that's shiny. You know, you got to fix you, you know.
Yeah.
Or keep going and then blow up your life, because I've done that too.
It will. I think I mentioned this before. If you are only prolonging the inevitable with somebody like that, you can keep it going, but it's going to be worse for you. And I think a lot of times it is much better to get hurt in the short run than to hurt a lot more in the long run. Like, just do it. Just end it. And it's going to suck. It's going to suck for a little bit. Like me, like, let me tell you, I got dumped while sick in bed with COVID a few days before moving cross country. So, you know, you don't, it's like the saying, I don't know if you guys have heard this, where it's like about listening to your instincts. First you get a whisper, then you get a scream, then a brick falls on your head, and then the whole wall comes down on you. So it's like that. If you keep not listening to yourself, it's just going to get worse. It's going to get worse and worse. So don't wait for the whole wall to come down on you. Listen to the whispers.
It's like
if you know this, You're not wrong. You are not wrong. You are not lying to yourself. If you know this, then be done with it and get away.
I think the Puerto Rican was correct. You got to build up your confidence. It comes down to confidence, and we all struggle with it. Even the most confident people, or at least those in appearance of it, struggle with that. And you have to know your worth. Nobody's worthless. I don't care if you're out in the streets, you're down on your luck, you're in the worst spot ever. Doesn't mean you're worthless. You can pick yourself back up, but you have to be willing to do that. And you're going to have to be willing to crawl through a bunch of shit in order to get there. But if you understand your self-worth, like the previous comment, end it immediately. I mean, it's like cancer. If you catch cancer early, most of the time it's pretty easy to treat. But if you keep on pushing off, like, well, I've had this pain, and you just keep on refusing to go to the doctor because you hate doctors, and then all of a sudden, like, well, if you would come to us 6 months ago, we could have done something. Now we can't. Or now your chances of going into recession are very low. Don't allow your lack of confidence to become a cancer and just start to eat you alive. And that just goes to everything. And be willing to make mistakes.
So let me bring up, I think this is our last one. So, and if anybody has any final super chats, send them in, support the channel, help me be a grifter.
If you don't send a super chat, you're a Nazi.
Yeah, you're homophobic. And
you like Puerto Ricans, which is the worst kind of person.
Absolutely.
I just have to try to like him. All right.
Greg looks like if a Monster Energy can came to life. That's what he looks like.
That is how I was born.
Do you have a Nickelback? Do you have a Nickelback tattoo? That's all I want to know.
I have a tramp stamp.
Perfect.
Says Viva la Anus.
I feel like this has kind of been the theme of the night. So I won't say how many years it's been. It's far too shocking. But since I was in an abusive relationship, physical and narcissistic abuse, I've not been in a relationship or even been on anything more than a friend date. The bruises from fists fade, but I found the wounds from the psychological warfare used in narcissistic abuse much harder to heal, and it holds me back in so many ways, affecting many facets of my life. Do you have any advice for those of us who've experienced this, and what can we do to move forward? Peter?
Yeah. So I was in an abusive relationship with a mentor for 11 years, 12 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was kind of a cultish type of thing. I won't necessarily go into details, but I'll just say,
call me after and tell me the details. I want to hear this.
Oh, I've talked to you
about
it. Yeah, I've talked to you about it. But it was emotionally abusive. It was elitist. It was, pitting me and his other mentees against each other and all kinds of bullshit. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life was leaving that relation. The hardest thing I have ever done in my life, because I had trained myself for so long to default to this dude's opinion, to again, with the what was the thing we talked about earlier, the incentive, whatever it's fucking called, the random, intermittent reinforcement. I had gotten that because this guy was intentionally like that. And so what happened for me is I got sick and tired of looking up to this fucking complete piece of dog shit. And I remember this phrase. I had already made the decision to let go of this guy. I had already made a decision to move on. But I was racking my brain. I didn't know how to do this. I didn't know what to, am I making the right decision? And this guy who was this mentor's mentor was helping me detach from this guy. And he said, listen, Pete, you're 15 years sober. You got sober at 15 years old. Your experience matters. And it was like news to me. I was like, oh, I guess my experience does matter. Like, it was shocking especially to hear it from the source that I would have thought sided with my former abusive mentor. So why I bring that up is to say it will look different for you, but what was instrumental in leaving that and especially in mentally detaching from that abusive relationship was valuing myself, was looking at who I actually was. There's that it gets used blah 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 all the time, bullshit, but body dysmorphia is a real thing. Spirit dysmorphia is a real fucking thing. Dysmorphic visions of our fucking self. Sometimes I can tell if I'm not in a good place when somebody gives me love and I can just feel myself going, no, I don't want it, no, get away, and then if I just fucking sit with it and let it happen to me, suddenly I feel exactly like I want to feel. Surprise, surprise. And I'm pointing that out to say the love, healing, whatever is there if I allow it in. And there are outside mechanisms that you can do to slowly, as we've talked about, slowly start to value yourself, slowly start to trust yourself. As Greg was talking about, little incremental changes where, in little ways where, as an example, maybe this is a weird example, but like sometimes I'm so obsessive compulsive, I think I have to pray the right way. I have to pray the right way. Otherwise, God's not going to take care of me, which is fucking completely narcissistic bullshit. It's neurotic, right? It's neurotic to think that God ain't got me unless I tap dance the right fucking way. Yeah. So I bring that up to say one of the small ways to incrementally change that thing in me was to go, okay, I know my body, my mind is telling me I have to pray 5 more, lines and I have to say them the right way. You know what? I'm going to force myself to just say this prayer, God help. And then even though a piece of me is like, no, you have to say more, I just make sure I get up and go on with my fucking day because God's got my stupid ass anyway. And surprise, surprise, I survive and God's got me and doors open and blah, blah, blah. So there are incremental, small little things that you can stretch that rubber band of starting to believe in yourself. And also get some fucking therapy.
That's, well, one pretty powerful story. And I mean, I can't top that, but I was going to say, as a military veteran, somebody that's finally starting to accept like PTSD and talk to somebody and try to actually like talk about disability and stuff. You don't, until you talk to a professional, and I get, like, I have it too, a lot of trepidations about professionals because it's totally politicized now, which is very dangerous and asinine. But you will discover things about yourself that you're doing that there's a reason for it and you don't even realize it, that will like turn off light bulbs in your head and go, holy shit, I didn't realize I was coping with this because, or they might be wrong, but it might trigger something else. Like they start to make you think about all the little nuances of stuff that is part of your everyday life that's tearing you down and you don't even realize it. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that's actually got experience with this stuff, and be willing to be vulnerable. Because there's stuff. I mean, when you're talking about abuse and everything, that stuff doesn't go away unless you have to confront it. And sometimes confronting it is going to feel like that abuse again, and you're going to have to kind of relive some stuff. But you've got to break through that barrier, and you've got to be able to, get through that stuff. And stuff is just going to stay with you, but you're going to find ways to be able to cope with it. And you were kind of talking about like prayer and stuff. I'm agnostic, but I still pray. And I've always tried to never pray for myself other than like, well, I guess when I say that, I don't pray like, can you help me with my money this week? Or, can you make this good thing happen? it's always, if I, put me on the right path. And if that path sucks for me, well, that's the right path, and put me on that path. Help me go in the right direction. Keeps me in a daily mindset of being able to accept situations and try to move on. And it might not seem like it now, but sometimes it's those horrible, horrible situations that might be terrible for you, but you can handle it and somebody else can't. And because of your experience, you might be that one person that said something that you may never know about that has triggered something in somebody else that saved their life. And I've ran into that a couple of times in my life, and man, it's huge. I mean, it means nothing to us, just something simple as opening a door for somebody one day, and just like a simple act of kindness can be that one little thing that has triggered somebody to go on another day, and you just don't know it.
Leah says, yeah, Craig is amazing. I agree. He's the best.
I agree too. I'm pretty cool.
What I was going to say too is you can't look for that in other people. You have to find it within yourself. You can't think that meeting someone in a relationship is going to change those things. But what you said is so true. Like for me, my friend, it shocked me, and it shouldn't, because I've always known I have the greatest friends in the world. Peter, him, so many of you in the chat, but the last couple weeks were moving here and everything I was going through. That was just probably the hardest thing I've ever done. And the ways that so many people, like these guys and stuff, were there for me, it blows my mind. Like I had no clue. I thought I was just gonna be alone floating through Earth like it's space. And I will say too, I feel like I know who this is, and it's somebody who is always putting herself down, and she is beautiful, and she's funny, and she's smart, and she is everything you could want in someone. She's always shitting on herself. She thinks so negatively of herself, and that's fucking bullshit. So fake it until you make it. If you don't feel great about yourself, then at least pretend to. That's at least a stepping stone, and then work on getting to a point where you don't have to pretend. I pretended for a long time, and it's only honestly since being here that I feel like a different person. For me, it's when you come out, you're led to believe oh, rainbows and sunshine, inclusive. They're so inclusive. And for me, the moment that I started dating when I was 19 or whatever, every guy that I would meet would tell me, you're ugly, you're crazy. Tell me everything about how I looked that was wrong. And you start to feel that way after a while. You start to really believe it. Because, like I said, gay guys are all about conformity, and I was very different from them. And then I was like, oh, well, if I just met someone or whatever. So I eventually meet my first boyfriend, who comes on stronger than you can imagine every minute of every day. Oh, you're the love of my life, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually breaks up with me by saying, oh, I was lying the whole time. I never loved you. That fucked me up for a year. I don't want to say to this day, because I'm not going to let it continue to anymore. But I think these are things that you just need to get over. And if you think something is wrong with someone, there's a reason you feel that way. You're not lying to yourself. You're not going to betray yourself. So I think you just need to, you are letting that person win if you allow them to take your future away from you. If you allow them to think, oh, well, I was abused, so I can't see anyone, nobody would want me. No, you just have to get the fuck over that. Pretend to in the interim.
Can I also just say, and then I do have to go soon, damn it. But can I also just say, I always say this thing, micro is macro, right? And a part of me in what I'm about to say is speaking to myself, because I was I had a dark 2 days, a couple days ago. I was fucking busy at work, and my back hurts and my neck hurts, and I'm dealing with health stuff, and I'm shadow banned to death because these fucking white liberals are the devil. But so I was in a dark couple days. Okay. Similar to what this is micro, big macro. What the lizards want is to crush our spirits. I feel like in a way, and I don't want to say this flippantly, as in just get over it. No. There's work to be done, and you deserve it, and love yourself enough to do the work and ask for help, as Mike is talking about. But in a way, this is separating the men from the boys. It's separating the girls from the women, in that what we're going through in time and space, the spiritual fucking warfare we're in, is essentially going, okay, are you going to clam up and get small, or are you going to put on your big boy pants, bring God with you, ask for help, connect with people, take care of yourself, learn how to cook, learn how to kill, pigs, learn how to do, learn how to shoot guns, and go to self-sufficiency? Are you going to go towards life, get busy living, or get busy dying? Where is it going to fucking be? And this is what I mean. It's a slow journey. And there's ups and downs. It's never just like, oh, I made the decision and now I never fucking want to kill myself. But like, what I'm saying is, this micro is same as this, what this person's talking about. What's it gonna be? If you believe in a God, act like it. If you believe, or act not, whatever. If you believe in a God, act like it. If you believe that these lizards are trying to take our fucking souls, are you taking care of your fucking soul, boys and girls? Because that's the way you keep them from taking it. It's not enough to just complain and say, look at what this woke person did, blah, 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 and just fucking jerk off on yourself with fear all goddamn day, boys and girls. You have to take care of yourself. You deserve it. Whether you think so or not, I don't give a fuck. You do. You fucking do. And that's why I'm just going to put in one more commercial for this woman, as well as for all of us. You have to take care of yourself. Take breaks from social media. Touch grass. I know it's gay, but fucking touch it. Pray. Meditate. Blah blah. Whatever shit you need to take care of your fucking relationships, because that's what they actually want from us. That's what abusive cunts want from us. They want power. Do not let them have it. And there are things that you can do to maintain your sovereignty, both micro and macro, in order to have that not happen. I love you very much, everybody.
Woo! That was amazing. This was such a good show. I agree with Leah. I love Peter so much, and I love Greg so much, and I love you guys so much. This was amazing. I can't even tell you guys. It's so crazy in a very short amount of time. I went from one of the worst periods of my life to one of the best, and I'm just in shock. It's amazing. I'm so glad I'm here. And yeah, it applies to you too, that like, if you're in a spot like this, like I said earlier, change something, just move, join a gym, do something, anything to make a change.
Stay busy.
Yeah.
Like, it's even just small stuff. Like, Jordan Peterson thing, clean your room, boys and girls, kind of thing.
The buttons are all
But what he's talking about is being self-sufficient. The more self-sufficient you are, the more your confidence builds. The more your confidence builds, the less power people have over you. The less power people have over you, the more powerful you become. And you are going to see and reap the benefits from simply every day. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to wipe down the counters. I'm going to go clean my car. I'm going to make sure I'm doing my finances. I got my bills paid and everything. All these little things build up, tiny little stressors that build up to massive stressors. And then they put you in a rut in your life. And then you start digging a hole so deep, you feel like you cannot get out of it. And so you've got to do thing, like one little thing a day. And I disagree with Jordan Peterson in a lot of things, but I think he's absolutely right on his philosophy of clean your room.
Yeah.
Just, do little things to work on yourself. Get yourself as far away from the control of other people as you can. And that's what turned me on to Mike with the walkaway stuff. Is it was all about, to me, it wasn't about just walking away from the left. It was walking away from ideology. Ideology is dangerous. It was walking away from control and walking toward confidence and becoming yourself. being able to express your opinions. Yeah, a lot of times my opinions are wrong, but it's being willing to go out there and express it and get challenged on it and take the consequences.
Hell yeah. I like this. Rhonda said, I needed to hear this message. Holy shit. I did too. Like, ask these guys what a mess I was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Like, honestly, when you do something for yourself and make a change, you will feel like a different person. It's crazy. And I probably wouldn't have believed that if you told me that before, because you always talk about this stuff and I was like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's actually true, you guys.
Have somebody as a sounding board. Have one friend.
Mm-hmm.
Call them up and say,
I
look,
have two.
I don't mean anything by this. Nothing is personal. Most of it's probably going to be bullshit. I just need a sounding board for like 10 minutes and just fucking bitch. It doesn't matter how illogical or rational it is. Just get it off your chest. And sometimes just hearing yourself say the dumbest shit ever makes you realize how dumb the shit you're dealing with is, and you get over it. Right. Like my employees, I always tell them, I don't care if it's 11 o'clock at night. You're working, it's stressful. I get it. Like if you just want to call me and just say, hey, I just need to have a bitch session for 10 minutes. Fine. Got no problem with that.
That's the thing. You need friends like these motherfuckers right here because
they're out there. Just find them. And sometimes it's just, you just have to tell them sometimes. It's like, hey, man, I just need a bitch. It's nothing personal. It's probably dumb. I just need a bitch for 10 minutes. You just need somebody to be a sounding board.
And if you have shitty friends, come hang out with us. Cody volunteers as squad sounding board. Eve, thank you so much for being here. I'm so late. Hi, all Mike. Great job on Tipcast. Thank you. I'm excited to do more. You guys, this was amazing. I hope everybody, we have each other. I hope everybody had an amazing Valentine's Day. I'm so glad you guys are with us. I'm so glad I'm here. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome.
Oh my God, everything is so great right now. I feel I'm like one of those happy people. What the hell?
I do want to say that, Peter, I have been following your stuff for a bit, and despite you being Puerto Rican, you're very talented, man. Like I listen to your music and stuff, your thought process. You got a lot going on. You're a very intelligent guy. You've got some really cogent thoughts. Your memes are hysterical. I'm truly very impressed, like very blown away by the talent you have. So man, just keep on doing what you're doing.
That's my boy.
Because I like it. I think it's good. You're a true guy. And I truly respect what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Berner said, can you share a few Florida stories? I was here 3 days and got back yesterday. So I'll have some soon. I got asked out by a hot Marine, so I'll let you guys know how that goes.
Bring crayons.
Peter's great. Oh,
hey, Grady. How's it going, man?
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Peter, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. Although please follow at Conservatish on Instagram because that's my backup account. And these fucking white liberals are shadow banning the shit out of my main account. So please follow my backup. Love you. And you can listen to my show Conservatish on YouTube and YouTube on Rumble, Spotify, and iTunes. I've got an episode actually very similar. Hey, Grady. I am posting an episode, I believe, on Friday with a Nordic guy and a based Florida woman. And we're talking about masculinity and dating as well, again, and femininity. And that'll be out on Friday.
Ooh, and Greg, you don't really do the social media, but where can people find you?
Right here for right now. I guess on Mike's channel. I'll probably eventually get back on. So unfortunately, there's really not a whole lot of places you can find me. You could still, the Three Traders pages, at least the Facebook page is still there. I think YouTube stuff has been shut down. And if I come back, it'll be on Rumble. I encourage everybody, get on Rumble. Start supporting these third-party free speech platforms. I don't care if you disagree with me on everything. If you're as hardcore or liberal out there, get on Rumble and have your opinions out there
They
that
don't
aren't
want
going to
free
be shut off.
speech.
They're for free speech. Yeah, start supporting these. You know, when you listen to other podcasts, listen to it on Rumble. Build up their base so that they can actually start taking the hammer.
They need to make their platform a little better, though. I will say it is a
They do
pain in
have
the
issues.
ass to live stream on Rumble. You have to wait until it's anyway.
Yeah,
I will say
100%.
though, thank you guys so much for being here. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my locals, join my locals, help support the channel, and join our Discord squad. We do Zoom hangouts, movie nights. We're gonna do one next week. And we're a fun squad. Ask everyone else. We have good times. And they as well got me through a difficult period. So I love you guys so much. I love you, my darling. Mwah.
Oh,
I love you,
yes.
my darling. Mwah.
Mwah.
And we'll see you guys soon. Oh, I should say, now that I'm here, I'm going to be doing regular streams. So I have some epic guests coming up. So subscribe if you are not. And I will see you guys soon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.